University Friday night during homecoming celebrations. D.C. Metropolitan Police Department Chief Pamela A. Smith.
We're not going to tolerate individuals coming into our cities with firearms, and don't think for 1 second that we're not going to look for you and search for you and find you. And when we do, we will hold you accountable.
2 suspects in custody. At least 1 victim is in critical condition. America's listening to Fox News.
Hi, I'm Benny Jr. with Bartow Ford. Everyone has heard me speak about going the wrong way. But let me be clear. The wrong way means the wrong way of doing business. This includes gimmicks, games, and unfulfilled promises. Tactics you will never ever find at Bartow Ford. For over 73 years, we've been doing business the right way. So on your next purchase, don't go the wrong way. Come to Bartow Ford and see why we're different, and we prove it.
Download the free iHeart app. Farrah and Farrah may send your comments lightning fast. Tap the red light, hit send. Injured, make it a Farrah fun. Call Farrah and Farrah now, Tampa.
Luca, Ella, I'm sure you've noticed some changes.
Who are you talking to?
I'm just practicing for when I have to tell the dogs about the twins. You know, because
Be fine in the spacious third row seat.
the twins.
Can sleep peacefully thanks to the rear manual sunshade.
And what about
Extra cargo space for strollers and dog beds.
I guess you're right.
Can we go to the hospital now? The contractions are getting closer.
The 3-row Lexus TX, because everyone should feel like the center of the universe. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Hey anglers, the best fishing charters in the Bay Area out of Hubbard's Marina on the boardwalk at Johns Pass. Hubbard's Marina has been catching fish since 1928. They offer everything from family-oriented half-day trips to the more advanced overnight trips. Nobody in the business does big group party fishing like Hubbard's Marina. They also have a great tackle store that can provide live bait and tackle to fish from their boats or from Johns Pass Bridge. So for the best cheeseburger on the Gulf, book your trip today at 727-393-1947 or go to hubbardsmarina.com.
The following is a commercial program paid for by Real Animals Fishing. The opinions, viewpoints, and promises made during the following program are not those of WFLA AM, its staff, management, or parent company, iHeartMedia Incorporated.
Welcome to the Bartow Ford Real Animals Radio Show, your weekly voyage into Florida fishing. Presented by Hubbard's Marina, hosted by Captain Mike Anderson and Captain Dylan Hubbard.
Good morning, Tampa Bay. 970 WFLA, talking fishing. Going to be here until 8 o'clock.
Unfortunately, only till 8 o'clock.
So unfortunate. The great Derek DeBose on the other side. He is our producer extraordinaire. His will be the first voice you hear. If you want to dial us up, questions, comments, fish reports, you can bring them right here. 1-800-969-9352. Weather is just kind of
Weathering,
yeah, icky.
It's getting to be winter. I mean, this is it. This week coming up, just looking at it this morning, it is it looks like we have 3 potential frontal boundaries over the next 10 days. And with those fronts, we get a little front, we get a high pressure, get a little front, potential high pressure. So we're into the swing of things.
Yeah.
The pattern is here. It's settled in. And it's going to be a chilly Halloween weekend next weekend.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. I mean, things are going to start really settling in. This new moon, it seemed like we still had some snook in the past on those artificial light sources, but a lot of fish have pushed back. And I was talking to John Sasser, our resident Johns Pass expert when it comes to snook fishing. And he fishes a lot in the pass, and then as it starts to get cold, he'll kind of transition into the back bay. And I was talking to him this week, and there was still some fish in the pass, but they just wouldn't chew. A lot of trout, but not the snook. Where he was looking at the snook, but couldn't get him to bite. But he moved back into the bay and found them staged up in that backwater. So it's already pretty settled in, and I think this next kind of 10 days of multiple cold fronts, I think, is going to really put the nail in the coffin on this transition to these cooler weather patterns.
Yeah, it's a little early for it to be transitioned out, but it might be.
They started early.
They did start early. Well,
mid-September.
Yeah,
it started. You know,
yeah.
It's been a little bit of an odd start, and I mean, even the mackerel and kingfish pretty early.
Yeah.
I mean, normally we're kind of like, it's November. Where are they?
Right.
I mean, mid-October, they were thick. Yeah. And now the kingfish, man, it's been really solid.
Really good, yeah.
We got mahi-mahi still offshore. This week was a strange week on the pelagic front. I mean, it's been interesting. And this week, the weather-wise, you want to try to capitalize. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday looks best. We got this high pressure right now.
Thursday looks brutal.
Yeah, got a high pressure right now, but it's going to ease off at the end of the weekend. You got that quarter moon Wednesday, so tides are going to be a little slower, but you'll have a little opportunity. Monday probably looks like the best day ahead of that north wind Tuesday, and then potentially there Wednesday afternoon once that front kind of cruises past. It's kind of weak, so hopefully it won't mess it up too much. But Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday looks like your best bet, and then it gets a little nautical like Mike led on Thursday and Friday. And then potentially over the weekend, we'll get another little weather window before another front. Looks like 2 cold fronts in one weekend, potentially next week. So, interesting stuff.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Weather update brought to you by Reese Windows and Doors, Florida's leading window and door company, over 50 years in business. They offer free installation. Most windows and doors installed in just 6 to 8 weeks. They only use in-house installers, no freelance contractors, and their work always comes with a double lifetime warranty, which means you never pay for warranty. When you sell your house, the warranty transfers to the new owners, which adds value to your home. Visit reesewindows.com for more information. Small craft advisory in effect till tomorrow night.
I love when they do that. Yeah, we're going to issue a small craft advisory for the next 72 hours.
Right.
It's like, come on, guys.
Days on end.
Yeah.
Days on end.
Not cool, man. Not cool.
Little nautical out.
Yeah.
Little nautical out for sure. But the bite was good yesterday, even with the winds, rocking and rolling. I had a kind of a joke going with my guys. We had the Gator University of Florida Rinker School of Construction Gator Builders Tournament yesterday, raising money for scholarships at the Rinker School of Construction there in Gainesville. And I was making jokes with the guys at the end of the day when they were bringing their people back in. We had 56 boats running, and I was like, I'm a little disappointed. And guys were like, disappointed? I said, yeah, I asked for 30-mile-an-hour winds, and we only got 25. I mean, what the hell?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was just it was breezy and tough, but a lot of fish were caught, a lot of different species. That transition that we were kind of just talking about with this weather, it's in full swing. The early morning tide seemed to be the best. When that tide stopped mid-morning, late morning there, it kind of, the bite kind of petered out and got tougher. So I would expect the same this morning. Again, if you're headed for the water, small craft advisory, please be careful out there. No reason to get yourself into any types of issues. We got a lot of days coming where fishing will be good and weather will be good as well.
Yeah, on the water temperature side, we have Captain Ray Markham in the comments saying it was 77 to 83 degrees when he was cruising around the Johns Pass area recently. Looking at the buoys along the nearshore waters and offshore, nearshore at Egmont, it's 78.6, so it's getting into that kingfish zone.
For sure.
And then offshore further, that 45-mile buoy's 81, and then all the way offshore, it's in the upper 80 range. So,
wow.
Yeah, it's right there on the doorstep of that 78 to 80 degrees where we start to see a really good push of those kingfish, and they're already here, so I can't imagine what it's going to be like. I'm got my fingers and toes crossed that it does get better and better, because
I hope so, and I hope we get a few days we can get out there and play with them. Maybe Wednesday.
Yeah,
I might be able to get out there and play with them Wednesday.
Yeah, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday looks like your opportunity. It's going to switch out of the north, but not going to blow that hard.
Yeah, it could be doable. We'll see what happens. You never know. Sometimes they fib to us, and it blows a little harder than what they say it's going to blow.
One way to find out. Hurry up and wait.
I hate to take too big a look at this because you didn't bring it up yet, but I keep hearing, and I usually wait for you as you are my weather guru, with the things that are going on down the south there in the tropics.
Nothing to worry about.
Nothing to worry about. Love that. Okay.
Melissa is a non-starter for us, but she's definitely going to be a problem for our friends down there in the Caribbean.
Yeah.
It looks ugly.
Yeah, it looks really bad. So
yeah, it's just going to sit there.
Thoughts and prayers out to all those people down there. And I've been to Jamaica, and it's a beautiful place, but it's not I don't think they have the same code enforcement we have when they're building their buildings, and it's going to be messy.
Yeah, and
to say the least.
It's very mountainous,
yeah.
and that's where when you get a foot of rain in such a short time frame, those mountains can just mudslide and really, really, really potentially kill a lot of people, and it's scary, and it's sad to think about.
Yeah, no doubt. So, again, thoughts and prayers out to those down there in the Caribbean dealing with those storms. We have firsthand experience on storms, and especially recently, knowing how bad they are. So, one of those things to keep an eye on. OCC Roadhouse coming up this Tuesday night. Don't miss it. It's going to be an absolute dandy. We got the Mad Snooker himself, Captain Dave Pomerleau,
and he's giving away charter,
giving away a 4-hour trip. I'm going to be at Bull Bay, so we'll have our Bull Bay rods, we'll have Engel coolers, we'll have Real Animal swag, Hubbard swag, all kinds of stuff to give away. That's this Tuesday night coming up, October 28th, 7 to 9 p.m. Beautiful OCC Roadhouse. Our good friend Keith Overton over there doing it up right with ice cold beer and great food. So make sure you put that on your to-do list because it'll be a good one for sure.
I'm so excited for those hog wings.
Always.
Yeah. Been looking forward to it the last week.
Yeah, and I wasn't there the last one, so I missed the last one.
You're overdue.
I am. I'm due. I'm due a hog wing.
Yeah, man. Their wings there are so good, and their burgers, and I mean, they have everything.
Yeah, they do. I enjoy the wedge salad, and them hog wings makes for a killer meal.
Yeah, steak tacos.
Good stuff. Good stuff. So if you're, like I said, if you're headed for the water, small craft advisory, you're going to have to just be a little smart, stay tucked away. Fishing's still really, really good. Lots of redfish. There's been some amazing trout fishing. Lots of big trout. I can't wait till we slide into February to see what that looks like on the big trout side, because we've had really
all summer
great trout fishing.
All summer.
Yeah. We've had really great trout fishing.
I keep getting photos through the summer, and I was like, what in the world?
Yeah.
When was this caught? Oh, last week?
Big trout.
I was like, that looks like a December trout.
I got on that trout bite last week that I went offshore. It was a little bumpy. I was hoping to find some kingfish. Didn't have a lot of luck. Came back in, was going to stop, try to pop a few trout, and then go red fishing. And I never left the trout bite. I mean, we were on like a ridiculous 20 to 23-inch trout, one right after another bite that we haven't seen in a long time. So just so awesome to see that healthy trout bite. And normally my favorite time of the year to catch big trout up shallow is February. And I can't wait to see. Last 2 years, it's been really slowing down, really depressing, not seeing a lot of those big fish. And I don't know what happened, but thank you, Jesus, they're back, and it should be amazing.
Yeah, it's
Take
definitely.
that mirror lure provoker, fishing real shallow, crawling that thing weedless through the grass, and then it just gets stopped. And you see that big yellow mouth come up to the top, just shaking its head, and it's backing up in the water like, oh, I ate a jalapeno. Hot, spicy. Yeah, it's going to be good. So I think it's going to be awesome. I can't wait.
I feel like for the last 6-8 weeks, you've been talking about hunting season and so excited for that. And now you're all fired up about trout and fishing.
Well, hunting season's here, but
yeah.
I done
so you're just on to the next thing.
I done sat in a tree. Well, I mean,
you're satiated, so now you're looking forward to the next thing.
Fishing show. So we have to talk about what's coming up next in our fishing world.
We can be happy with what's going on now.
That's true. We are. I'm happy that the kingfish are here, especially the way the kingfish fight was last year.
Yeah, and the hogfish.
Yeah,
we got a lot of exciting stuff going on now.
Yeah, it's definitely. I like big trout.
I like big trout that came out of the house.
Amen. Phone lines are open here. Light them up. 1-800-969-9352. Questions, comments, fishing reports. Bring them right here. It's the Bartow Ford Real Animals Radio Show. We'll be back.
$1,000 in big, beautiful bills. The best giveaway.
Huge Tampa. I miss that guy.
Who?
That guy, huge Tampa.
Huge guy?
Yeah. Fusilo Kia or whatever.
Yeah.
He was so hot and heavy on advertising and then just disappeared. Man, tides look slow the next couple days.
Yeah, well, that wind's not helping.
Morning, Andy. Morning, Brent. Jeff. Morning, Jim. Angel. Dallin. Ray. Cam Van. Cam Ray Markham.
Okay, cool. This Jim Lucas is up. We're going to call Jim.
Is that the guy with the fundraiser?
Yeah.
I got you. Yeah, Angel, it does look like Melissa's track has shifted, which is good for those folks down in Jamaica. Instead of Jamaica taking a head-on collision with a major hurricane, not only has the track shifted, but it looks like it's not going to get to a super major hurricane, at least in the GFS model I just looked at. It's only in the 970s, and it goes to the east side of Jamaica, which means they'll miss a majority of the bulk of that massive weather. So, and it doesn't even really hit Haiti. Kind of skips between those islands, which, being in such a small storm, could potentially really alleviate a lot of concern for a lot of people. If it stays on that forecasted track, that is. When a storm slows down, it doesn't have a lot of forward momentum, it can windshield wiper a lot. And a small little windshield wiper, one way or the other, can really shift that future track. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. All I know is I'm very happy that we're not tracking tropical systems heading towards Florida, west coast of Florida. But I definitely feel for anybody else in the path of the storm, you know.
That's a big storm, too. It's like a 4, right?
No, it was forecasted to be up to a 4, a major hurricane.
That's what I thought it was going to be.
Right now it's still a tropical storm, and it's potentially going to get stronger, but a lot of the intensity models have gone down a lot this morning.
Okay, that's good.
Let's see what she's got.
I took a softball off the wrist.
Ooh, that looks fun. There's still 6 models that have it getting up to a Category 5.
Oh, wow.
But there's 12 or 14 other models that have it at a Category 1, 2, maybe 3.
How many models are there?
There's a lot of members. There's about maybe 8 models. But each model is made up of members. And some of those members, I mean, there's hundreds of them.
Oh, shit. All right. 70-mile-an-hour winds.
And basically, there's only like, I think 5 or 6 or 7 global models, but when a storm spins up, they dedicate satellites to those storms. And those dedicated satellites then provide more data. When they have more data, they can supply more models. So more hurricane-specific models spin up.
We're going to talk to Jim Lucas, who was on the boat there after the 6:30 break. So we have that big segment to talk to him.
Okay.
Is that all right with you?
Great with me.
Yeah. Kind of just a chilling story, you know?
Yeah. Safe boating tip before a safe boating tip.
Yeah, right. Welcome back. 970 WFLA, again, the Bartow Ford Real Animals Radio Show. If you're looking for a truck, nobody does it better than our good friends out at Bartow Ford. And Joe and I both drive one. We said Mark is driving one as well. So
our buddy Justin Moore.
Stop out there, our buddy Justin Moore. If you're in the market for a new truck, like I said, nobody in our opinion does it better than our good friends out at Bartow Ford. Let's go to the phones here real quick. We have our good friend Tim Duncan on from Fisherman's Hut. Tim, how are you this morning?
Good morning, guys. How's it going?
It's going good,
buddy. How are you?
What's going on? What's the word, man?
I am out at John's Pass right here at Hubbard's dock. I landed one 20-inch snook so far, and I'm soaking some big shrimp to try to land some more.
There you go.
I wanted to know you guys' opinion on fishing next to structure. What's the preference? Is there any for mono or fluoro? Is there a the lightest line you would go? Any kind of tips or tricks right now?
It's a delicate balance.
It really is.
From personal experience, if you want to bite, you could go lighter, 30, 40, 50-pound test, but if you hook up, trying to land that fish is a tricky one.
Yeah.
You got to get lucky.
That is the catch. That's always the dilemma, is you just don't know what it's going to take to get that fish out of there. Are you lucky and you get the big monster female that turns and comes out for some reason, or are you getting that big gnarly female that's like, no bueno. We are turning. We're headed for Mexico, and you're not going to like it.
And the unfortunate part in that, where the snook have been stacking up this year, on our dock at least, is they've been on that west side. And on that west side, there's nothing but a wall of sand, or they can go into a tree that's been submerged there since Helene, or the dock. So it's like the snook have a chance to either get out of the water on the beach or go into the dock. So
good luck.
Yeah, you're there's nowhere for them to run except for into the pilings.
Yeah,
it's really tricky.
That's tough stuff there, man. I'd be looking for, something bull bay, brute force, maybe 30 to 50 pound rod, minimum of 30 pound, braid, maybe a 50 pound leader. Trying to get that bite and just
the best way to land them around the docks that I've ever experienced was, back in the day, you could do the figure 8 method with a 6-aught reel, an 80-pound test, and they would bite, and you could just swing them onto the dock.
Right.
It was like not even a contest, but you can't get a snook to bite like that. At least I haven't been able to. They're just too smart nowadays. Yeah, they see too much pressure, and the other way we used to do it a lot was the hand lines. But to hand line a fish, because then you eliminate the rod, you have a lot more control. But to do a hand line and not totally tear your hand open, you need at least 60-pound test.
Right.
And if you drop 60-pound test in front of those fish, you got no chance of getting a bite.
Yeah, they're not going to eat that.
No,
it looks like parachute cord coming down there.
Again, they just see too much effort. Those snook in John's Pass probably get casted to at least 150 times a night.
I heard years ago, and I don't know if it's true, but I think I heard, I want to say, I can't remember where I heard it, so many years now, but when a snook reaches legal size, he's already been caught and released 9 times.
Wow.
Now, and I can't remember who told me that. Yeah, but somebody told me that, and I thought, that's
Is
crazy.
That in the Tampa Bay estuary?
Yeah,
Is that
Tampa Bay area.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Obviously in an area where you have a lot of pressure.
Yeah,
it
I
would
was
change
wondering if
you
that
get
was
down
like statewide
yeah,
average.
if you get down the glades or something like that, it would obviously change. So,
yeah.
But we used to catch. It was really nothing when I first started guiding. It really wasn't a big deal to catch 100 snook in a morning.
Mm-hmm.
The right pass, the right tide. And again, I'm not saying we were catching 135 inches.
The Mad Snooker does that every charter.
Well, he's a beast. That's a whole nother. That's a whole nother freak. He's chiming in, as a matter of fact. He just texted me something about I can. I don't even want. Yes, I know, David. But it's obviously changed a lot. I was listening to the guys yesterday on that big event I had, and guys were like, "Man, we had a great redfish bite," and I'm like, "Oh, you did?" And he was like, "Yeah, we got 9." And I thought, God. It's really changed.
We're the days we caught 30 of them,
Yeah, we used to
Mike in his head is like back in my day.
Well, it just
the good old days.
It just dawned on me that I was like, man, it's really changed. Like we never got that excited. We caught 9.
Yeah,
that's what it used to be. And now he's like, man, we had a great redfish bite. We caught 9. I'm like,
yeah. Wow. I remember when our gag grouper bag limit was like 8.
Yeah,
10. It was crazy.
Yeah,
different eras.
Crazy.
Times change.
Yeah. Good call as always there, Tim. Well done.
Absolutely. Thank you for the tips, guys. You guys have a wonderful morning, tight lines, and have a great day.
See you, buddy.
Fisherman's Hut there chiming in. Love that.
They went out on the 12-hour extreme this past week, and they destroyed the fish on the jigs. It's always impressive to see.
Yeah.
Yeah. What those experienced jig fishermen can do.
That whole jig thing is crazy.
It's a very interesting game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's no doubt. I've been seeing a lot of stuff from the Skyway Misfits, too.
Dude, we need to talk about that, too.
They're wrecking them.
October 27th, they're closing a mile of the South Pier.
Why?
Because the FDOT says because of structural issues.
Oh, for God's sake.
But
give me a break.
I find it very, very fishy that the Friends of Pelicans got that news story out and all this uprising from the bird folks about, the Pelicans are in danger. And then all of a sudden, magically, FDOT says comes out and closes the area that Friends of Pelicans has been lobbying to close for 5 years. So all of a sudden, the bird people get exactly what they want to coincide with what the story they got. A little fishy to me. I feel like someone from DOT needs to confirm that they're closing because of structural issues, just outside pressure.
We've got a real interesting story here coming up on the other side. I'm going to just stay on
Couldn't get him to bite.
Yeah, we're going to talk
a big bait.
We're going to talk with Jim Lucas here and give you guys an update on a real tragic story coming down in Panama on the other side. We'll be back 9/7. We'll be up there.
From the local Lexus dealers, WFLA News Desk.
If we would have had more time, Mike would have taken that bait.
I immediately was looking for a pen to stick
southern portion of Hillsborough County, you're going to see at 301 northbound at Sims Road. Left travel lane is coned off for the ongoing construction project. Plan to use caution as you work your way through there. Also in the center portion of Tampa, westbound Kennedy Boulevard and Armenia Avenue, the left lane blocked off for the ongoing construction project. And you're also going to see road work on the southbound side of Dale Mabry at Euclid Avenue. Right travel lane shut down there as well. Steve Foster, News Radio WFLA.
Happy Saturday, Tampa Bay. Keeping things quiet and warm today. Warmer than average for this time of year. In the upper 80s we go for a high of about 88 degrees in downtown Tampa. Expect mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies throughout the afternoon. And breezy conditions continue today. Wind speeds between about 15 to 20 miles per hour, gusting higher than that. There is a small craft advisory for boaters today, active through Sunday evening. I'm Max Defender 8 meteorologist Juliana Mejia.
This is Doug Gottlieb. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network. Presented by Mercedes.
You got the donation link up already?
I will.
Okay, yeah. It's better not to put it up yet until we get the.
Looking for an exceptional driving experience? Find it behind the wheel of a Mercedes-Benz SUV. Experience the power, precision, and intelligence of an iconic Mercedes-Benz SUV at your local Mercedes-Benz dealer today.
Yeah, that should hurt.
I mean, looks like it hurt.
Yeah, it did.
Our state rep has a relationship with DOT. I'm going to email her and see if I can get a meeting with the guy. Figure out what the hell's going on with DOT.
It's ridiculous. Them bridges have been down in the Keys for a gazillion years and they're fine. And now everything about that skyway, like we got to go in there and tear down parts of it and all this bullshit. It's ridiculous, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty soon they're going to tell us we can't go underneath it and fucking asinine.
Yeah, and the bird people are celebrating it getting closed. Not cool.
They're bird people. I mean, do we really even have a place for them in society?
The problem is they pander to the greater majority, you know. Like if you look at their posts, they have thousands of people donating. I mean, they just bought another jet ski because it's real easy when someone like the Skyway Misfits posts a kingfish photo or a shark photo. They obviously have a lot of fishermen who like that and follow that. But if someone posts a photo of a dead pelican hanging in a tree from fishing line, it's going to get a lot more people following it. And today's world, man, those people are loud. And they have a lot of political influence because there's a lot of voices there. So it's really, really dangerous. And if they're going to close a mile of the busiest fishing pier in the southeast region, a whole mile of it, I mean, that's 1/3 of that fishing pier getting closed due to political pressures and not actual structural issues. That's a scary, slippery slope.
Yeah. It's not good.
Concert on the Lot is back November 1st with Chase Matthew. Tickets at bartowford.com. It's gonna be a party. Innovative Pools and Spa brings you
It's gonna be a party.
I got the link all queued up.
Thank you.
You okay, buddy?
Yeah. I'm tired. Come on.
Animals Radio Show, presented by Hubbard's Marina. Now your captains, Mike Anderson and Dylan Hubbard.
Welcome back. 636 here at the iHeartMedia Empire. Whether you're looking for shingle, metal, tile, or flat roof repairs or replacements, nobody does it better than our good friends at Affordable Roofing Systems. We've got over 3 decades of roofing experience, so Affordable Roofing Systems guide you through this important process. They're defined by integrity, respect, and honesty, and have a professional approach to doing business. Call 1-888-397-ROOF for your free estimate or visit them online at affordableroofingflorida.com. We were trying to get our friend Jim Lucas on to tell us a story of some craziness that went down in Panama. My good friend Captain Bo Johnson involved as well, but I'm not seeing him connected quite yet. So let's check in here real quick with Captain Gene Hammond, and then we'll see if we can get Jim on the line. Gene, how are you this morning?
Good morning, fellas. How you guys doing?
They're good, buddy. What's going on with Lines of Liberty?
Man, I tell you what, I cannot be thankful enough for you guys and the community outpouring of support. We took delivery of our 26-foot Tri-Tune that's wheelchair capable. It has custom ramps that fold down onto the dock for wheelchair veterans and stuff. And
nice. That's cool.
I'm humbled. And without your voice and the support of this community, I had companies from Atlanta send us thousands of dollars for this project. And it's amazing. It's amazing. And, that young lady that you sent to me, Captain Mike, she's going to be one of our first trips. And guess what? She's a healthcare worker. Her dad's a retired law enforcement that is in a wheelchair, and she's going to be one of our first trips, and I thank you for that.
Yeah, no worries, but I thank you for doing what you do, man. Yeah, what you're doing is amazing, man.
Yeah.
Keep up the...
we need to get it kitted out and wrapped up and get some veterans on this boat and go have some fun. It's a good times. Good time.
No doubt. That's awesome. What you do is amazing, brother. Tell everybody how they can find out more about Lines of Liberty. That's kind of the important thing.
Yeah, go to linesofliberty.org. You can find us all over social media and your Insta pages and Facegrams, and just do a search for it. And December 12th, along with the a Bearded Brothers Band concert, they're a huge local band up here in the Newport Richey area. we're going to do a poker run out of Whiskey Wings in Tarpon. So come out and see us December 12th. I will see you guys Tuesday. Maybe we can give away another trip Tuesday night as well.
Okay.
Awesome, man.
Love it. Gino, you're the man. Keep up the good work, bro. What you do for veterans and first responders is absolutely amazing and inspiring, bro. We can't do enough of that stuff. So, well done.
Thanks to you guys too. Thanks, fellas.
No worries,
See you, buddy.
You're the man. It's crazy, dude. What he's doing, man. He's been like that since I met him. Just a veteran who is just into giving back, man. It's it's a blessing.
Yeah, man.
Blessing to have in our community for sure. So lots of stuff to talk about. Again, I think Derek is trying still to get Jim on the line. Crazy story out of Panama. Big, sport fish accident that we want to tell you guys about. And we got a young mate down there in Panama who's, in really, really bad shape that needs our help. But and hopefully, like I said, at some point we'll be able to get Jim on the line and talk about that. But this November, South Seas is proudly hosting boaters, anglers, veterans, and first responders for a special event called Real Heroes Weekend, happening Friday through Sunday, November 7th through the 9th. You can check in and settle into discounted rooms, discounted dockage, all kinds of deals going on at South Seas Island Resort. This is one of the resorts down there in Captiva that was one of many resorts, obviously, on the west coast of Florida, but down there in Captiva, they got beat up pretty bad from back-to-back storms and the storm the year before, and they are coming to life down there at South Seas. If you've been following me or following the show for any length of time, South Seas is near and dear to my heart. I love everything about South Seas Island Resort. What they were doing down there, Beth and I were there for Memorial Day weekend for their big tarpon tournament that they do that benefits Folds of Honor, which is a great organization. And it's amazing what they're doing with bringing that place back to life. That's awesome. Yeah, Timbers Resorts is the property owners. They own resorts all over the world, and they know what they have at South Seas Island Resort. It is a special, special place. 2.5 miles of white sand beach on that property, golf course all overlooking the Gulf of Mexico. Some of the best backcountry and offshore fishing in the world right there out of South Seas. So if you want to come down, I'm going to be there Friday night for the kickoff party. If you want to come down there and join us, go to southseas.com for more information. The group attendee code is ABW25. Again, they've got all kinds of stuff going on all weekend, stuff for the kids, pet friendly, you name it. You can bring your boat down there, just tie up, stay in a room, spend the whole weekend there at South Seas Island Resort. It's a beautiful place. If you haven't done it, I highly, highly recommend it. So
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we got Seafood Fest going on this weekend if you're looking for something to do this weekend.
Seafood is
amazing. John's Pass is crawling with folks and vendors and things to do. And Don's Dock, we got the peel and eat shrimp going on, and we're running a special on our fish spread, and we've got tons of stone crab. So yesterday down at Don's Dock, all you could hear was like tap, tap, tap from the stone crab mallets.
Yeah.
You're looking around and people are eating fish spread, shrimp, stone crab. There's live music going on. It was a pretty cool little scene.
Well, and the Friendly Fisherman's right there too, right?
Yeah, the Friendly Fisherman was covered up in people. It was they're running specials on shrimp and scallops. They've got tons of drinks going on. There's so many different vendors. So John's Pass Seafood Festival is a really cool opportunity to spend some time inside the pass and enjoy the festivities. Keep in mind as well, there's tons of different parking options. If you want to avoid the traffic and avoid the chaos, you could park at the middle school or at City Hall for free and catch a free shuttle over as well.
Oh, nice.
So there's free parking, free shuttle. The event is free. So there's a lot of different ways to get there. And plus, of course, the rideshare, Uber, all that kind of stuff is a good option if you're trying to avoid it. Or come early. You could park in the parking garage. Event parking is $30 in the parking garage. But if you're on a trip with us, book a Dolphin cruise, you get $7 all-day parking. So that is the cheapest parking for $7 for 24 hours. But you have to be on a trip with us to get that discounted parking.
Free.
Yeah.
Free.
It's basically like a free dolphin tour.
I like just free.
Yeah.
Free is good.
Yeah, you can go to the middle school, or it was funny yesterday at the event. I was like, is that Mike? This guy walked by, I swear, just look exactly like you.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, why is he here and not letting me know?
I would have let you know for
I
sure.
know.
For sure. Beth and I have been talking about how to get the grandkids down there to the beach and get over there to the Friendly Fisherman for the cat putter.
Yeah, you got to visit St. Pete Clearwater, man.
No doubt.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool different places to stay around there.
Well, this is an incredible time of year, just in general over
if
there.
You're going
to
play tourist, if you're listening to this and you are wanting a staycation, this is the time of year to play tourist. I mean, obviously, Seafood Fest weekend, we're a little bit busy, but this time of year, right now, the hotels are pretty darn empty. Another couple of weeks, the Northern Friends are going to start showing up, and those hotels are going to start charging a little bit more money. But this is the time of year you can go down there and stay on the beach for pretty low rates. And, man, it's still a good time to go out on the beach. It's sunny in mid-80s.
I was going to say the afternoons are still really, really beautiful.
Yeah, it's
really,
nice and
yeah.
nice.
Even
and
the
cool
mornings,
in the morning.
cool on the beach, or walk on the beach when it's nice and cool out like
and
that.
Right now, like my dad and my stepmom, they're walking the beach in the afternoons, taking photos of the sunset. And they took a photo of the sunset last night. You could, up 2-3 miles down the beach, you might be able to count 4 people, 5 people.
Wow.
I mean, the beaches are empty. And it's just such a great time to be out there.
Yeah,
this is a good opportunity to play tourist.
Good time of the year to get on that Hubbard's boat.
Yeah,
do some
that
damage,
too.
light loads, and just got to play the
more
game with the
elbow
weather.
room. I mean, and that's the biggest thing this time of year is so many people are like, "Oh, what's your favorite time of year to go fishing?" This is it. These time frames, these shoulder seasons, these are my favorite times, and there's not a lot of people around, but you just have to time your trips around the weather because the weather concentrates the bite. If you look at the forecast right now, we've had 3 or 4 days of high winds. We still got 1 or 2 more days left. And then we have a really nice 2 or 3 day period. And then the wind picks right back up. So it makes it real easy to find those good weather times and those good weather windows. And those weather windows are when the fish are feeding too. So it's the time we can access the fish, and it's the time those fish are ready to chew. So it's a good opportunity to get out there and take advantage.
Yeah, no doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Just, this is one of my favorite times of year.
Mm-hmm.
You got you're still in your shorts, but you're wearing a sweatshirt for that morning bait run. You're not sweating all day. It's not all crazy.
Yeah, yesterday at Seafood Fest, for example, in the morning I was kind of chilly, and then by the afternoon it was warm out, but you could still sit in the sun and enjoy it. You weren't sweating.
Yeah.
It was just a little warm in the sun.
Yeah, no doubt.
Then you go back in the shade and you're like, that's a little cool. Go back there in the sun. It was nice.
Finally got through to our good friend Jim Lucas here. Again, real tragic story coming in from down there in Panama. A dear friend of mine, Captain Bo Johnson. A lot of you know the name because he's a West Coast Florida legend here. Was involved in he wasn't involved, but, well, I guess he was involved, but there was an accident on a boat, and we got Jim Lucas here to kind of give us some details. We're maybe a little broke up here because I'm going to have to go to break. I had a little trouble getting through to Jim, which was more my fault than his. But, Jim, how you doing this morning, buddy?
Doing okay, Mike. How you doing, bud?
You know what? We're good. I apologize there. I was trying to get you on here for the whole segment, so we may have to take a little break and then slide into another segment here. But, I don't even know where to start with this story. You guys are at a big resort in Panama. You're out on a big sport fish. I mean, obviously things go really wrong, and I think this is an important story because we don't, two sides of it, I guess. We don't often think about how, quickly things can go awry, especially when you're on a big sport fish, you're fighting a big fish, and, all hell breaks loose. I mean, it's just kind of crazy.
Yeah, absolutely, and it is a reminder how quickly life can change. And if I could tell you a little bit about how that all went down, just like you said, we're offshore having the time of our lives, man, and we hook into a big blue marlin, and getting close to the side of the boat, go to touch the leader once, he takes off and missed it. Getting back again, go to touch the leader, and one of our teammates goes overboard. It took roughly 7 seconds from the time he went overboard to the time we drug him back on board. And, you know, I won't get into any of the details of the injuries, but it's absolutely horrific, man. He is in the state he's in right now. He's lost part of one leg, and very good chance he's going to lose the other one. You know, still in the hospital. But I can tell you, you know, excuse me, like you said about Bo Johnson, he's done as much fishing as anybody. He's been a captain for over 31 years, I believe. And, you know, it's affected all of our lives, man. It's unlike anything I've ever seen in my life. And, you know, those memories will be with us for a very, very long time.
Well, and I think too, you know, Jim, the you know, you're down there in Central America with you know, really talented mates and talented captains, but they come from very poor backgrounds, and when you end up with an accident like this, you know, medical care and all that stuff is in some of those places is just hard to come by, period, let alone, you know, the cost and then not being able to go back to work. All those things really affect that, you know, family economically. I just, you know, and for those listening that don't, you know, maybe you haven't seen a lot of this big billfish, you know, fishing that they do down there. This boat has, you know, twin screws on it. So you're talking about huge double propellers. You know, when somebody goes in the water here and they're backing down on these big fish, trying not to damage the fish, it creates this just, you know, dangerous situation, obviously. You know, and my hat's off to Bo and you, Jim, and the rest of the crew. You know, the fact that this kid is still alive is a testament to you guys and acting quick, which in no way surprises me out of Bo Johnson. I've been around Bo for many, many, many years. But it's why we push our safe boating segment so hard here. You know, that things can go wrong so quickly on the water. You know, you need to be prepared. I was talking to Bo about this story when I initially saw it on Facebook. I reached out to Bo, and Bo called me and was telling me the story. And obviously, in graphic detail, I got a lot of the story, which, you know, we don't want to share here on the radio. But, you know, first aid kits on your boat. Like Bo was telling me the story, and they're like, you know, they throw Bo this little bitty this first aid kit that you would get at CVS or something, and Bo's like, this is not what I need. You know, you guys were having to use sheets off the beds of this sport fish to wrap the wounds and try to control the bleeding, and this was a very, very, you know, dangerous situation. These are the things you need to think through when you're on the water, when you're going fishing. If you're a captain listening to this show, you need to think through some of these scenarios and be prepared. The beauty here is Jim and Bo have put together a place to donate to this kid and his family. I guess you guys are really trying to start like an organization here, right? To help some of these moving forward. Let's talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, exactly. So we set up a charity. Not only, I mean, our initial intent was to help this young man because, like you said, the resources that he has access to is nothing in that part of the world. We would eventually like to, you know, raise enough to get him some prosthetics and stuff. The kid, you know, believe it or not, really wants to get back on the water someday, and you know, we want to help him, you know, continue living his dream. But the support has been so overwhelming that, you know, we decided that we put a section on the website where if you've been hurt or you know someone who's been hurt offshore fishing, you can apply. And if we have the resources, you know, we're going to help you, man. You know, whatever we can do. And as far as the donations go, like you said, Mike, I mean, $5 makes a difference. Every little bit helps. And, you know, when something like this happens, you know, the fishing community, you know, needs to pull together and try to help each other, you know?
I absolutely love what you guys are doing. The organization is called Casting for Care. We actually have it up on the live feed, the Facebook feed at Real Animals and at Hubbard's Marina. You guys can go there, make a donation. Real Animals will be making a big donation today, trying to help this kid and his family get through this terrible time. Jim, we appreciate you sharing this story. I know it's early. You're out there in Texas. I appreciate you joining us here this morning. Maybe I'll reach out to you. I'd love to have another conversation about this tomorrow on tomorrow's show, if that's okay with you.
Sure.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're on from 7 to 9 tomorrow morning, so it'll be a little bit later, but I'll text you in the morning tomorrow, and we'll get you guys back on the radio tomorrow and dive into this a little further. But just a crazy story, and we want the message to get out there that you need to be prepared on your boats, and now's the opportunity to maybe give back if you have it in your heart to drop a little change in this young man's life, then I know he'd really appreciate it. So there's a lot of great causes out there, and this is just another one of them. But great work on the backside of this and during this chaos, Jim, you and Bo Johnson. Bo is one of my heroes in my life, one crazy, great fisherman, and I appreciate you taking some time and sharing that story this morning.
Thank you guys very much for allowing us to do that, man. I appreciate the time very much.
You bet, Jim. I'll holler at you later today.
Thanks,
all right,
man.
bud?
Crazy.
Thanks, guys.
All right,
Bye-bye.
buddy. See you.
Crazy
Unbelievable,
story.
right? Crazy. And that quick. I mean, and in 7 seconds, in the water, back in the boat, the kid's life is changed forever. Casting for Care is the association, the organization. The link is up on the Facebook pages at Real Animals and Hubbard's Marina. Like I said, Real Animals will be making a donation today. Please help out a great cause. Some great people. So we're talking fishing again here on the other side. We'll be back, 970 WFLA.
If you want your windows there in Weeks, pick up the phone and just search Reese.
Protect your home now with factory direct custom made.
It's a cool story, and that's probably some of the tougher radio to do when you just kind of, because like I didn't prepare for it, so you're just kind of like handle, please cover, and it's a story that you can't get to.
What up, D? What, did Mike give you the wrong number?
I don't know. I think it's my fault. But I knew something was wrong when I tried to call from my cell phone, and it just hung up on me.
Yeah.
But I was trying to.
Well, then I screwed up initially, and I sent him the 620 hotline. Like, oh yeah, I'll send him the number 620. I just plugged it in.
That's what I was.
When you were calling, it was busy.
Yeah.
He was calling 620. He's like, it's just ringing. He's texting me. He goes, it's just ringing. I'm like, shit, I sent him the wrong number. As soon as I sent him the 970 number, he got in.
Right.
So, yeah, crazy story, dude. They were, I mean, just a
Nice shot there, bud.
Well, it was an alley-oop.
So he saw the back of the boat with the motor.
They try to wrap that leader and get that, and it pulled him in the water, like the fish turns, pulled him right in the water, and then twin propellers down there. Bo said, when I talked to Bo,
not good.
Bo got back to the resort after they're on the boat, tourniquet. He said that the one leg was gone from below the knee, and the other one was just hanging, like his foot was hanging, the meat was all gone. He had cuts on his abdomen from the propellers. Bo's like, they get back to the marina. They have like an hour run back. They're doing first aid the whole time. And they were like, Bo, you went in the water so fast. And Bo's like, what? I didn't go in the water. And they were like, Bo, he went in and you went in after him like that. He didn't even remember it. Didn't even remember it.
Wow.
That's crazy, bro. Yeah. I know, I just feel so. And again, I've been to Costa Rica so many times, and where they were at Tropic Star Lodge is literally like 35 miles from where we are in Costa Rica.
Yeah.
And there's no money there.
Yeah.
Those people don't have any money. That's their whole existence. That freaking season.
And what's crazy is when you're in reverse like that, the only way to stop the boat from totally running over the guy is putting it back and forward.
Yep.
Crazy.
This is gonna be a super short segment, so.
My bad, dude. Thank you.
No, that's cool. Just keep going.
I got you. We figured. I was like, well, I boogered that all up. Yeah, I was like, what a crazy story, bro. Can you imagine?
No.
And can you, like, and only Bo, like, the kid's probably lucky it was Bo.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Just because of his personality, dude. Like, just a
Was
not
Bo at the helm or on running the deck?
He was on the deck.
Yeah, he's a pit boss.
And I don't even know if he was the boss.
Yeah.
Bo said something about he wasn't even supposed to be on that boat that day.
Wow.
Just ended up on that one. Welcome back. Really, really short segment here as we went a little long there with Jim Lucas for Casting for Care, but I did want to get that. I did want to get that story out there and into y'all's world. Just
Yeah.
kind of a crazy story. Yeah, we were talking about it all through the break here. Just
happens fast out there.
It really does. You know, we
got to be prepared.
You know, the great Jim Fogel, our Visit St. Pete Clearwater Safe Boating Tip of the Week, our Bush Light Safe Boating Tip of the Week on Sundays. You know, we just don't think about it enough. I mean, imagine 7 seconds from in the water to back on the deck.
Life change.
I mean, yeah, and everything in that young man's life just went crazy. So, and the amount of times that young, I mean, you don't just end up the guy leadering marlin on a sport fish one day. Like, it's not like,
During
hey,
the
today's your day.
Yeah.
You know, handle this. You know, this kid's done this thousands of times. Grew up doing it, exactly. I mean, they groom these mates. I mean, they're cutting bait at the dock for 3 years before they ever get on the boat to be, you know, way down, you know, in the galley. I mean, it's, you know what I mean? I mean, it's, well, and Hubbard's Marina, same way, right? I mean, they don't just, you don't end up the lead mate on one of your boats in 2 weeks.
You don't walk into it.
Right. It takes a lot of time. So this is an experienced kid. And even with all his experience, this thing went south really, really quick. So crazy stuff. We're up against it here. We got Donald in Lutz on the other side. Phone lines are open here, 1-800-969-9352. The Bartow Ford Real Animals.
You got the phone number right.
I did.
Congrats.
Thanks, pal. We'll be back. Smarty pants. When I didn't even give him that number, I gave him the hotline number. Are you still doing the fasting thing, the morning fasting thing?
Yeah. It's intermittent. And honestly, I've made it bigger now because I did a 72-hour fast before our last OCC event. And man, I forgot how great those are and how good I feel for a few weeks behind them. And I've been doing some more research on like long-term fasting. And I found this guy is pretty interesting. He does a 48-hour fast and then fasts for 24 hours, 3 days, and then breaks it and then starts again. And I was like, he basically averages 6 to 8 meals a week. Yeah. And then I was listening to this doctor, and this doctor was talking about what he does for diabetes patients and insulin-resistant people to reset their nervous system. And he'll put patients on a 72-hour fast every 9 days, and then in between those fasts, 1 meal a day. And you can just totally reset your nervous system and your gut flora and all this craziness. It's pretty interesting. So, long story short, I've been doing longer fasts. I haven't done consistent 48 hours or anything like that, but I did a 72-hour last month. I'm probably going to do another one here in the next week or so. Because it's crazy. Sleep is the biggest thing for me, and that's why I don't really drink, because it messes up my sleep.
Yeah.
And I'm constantly trying to figure out new ways to help me sleep better and get a better sleep score. And dude, when I'm fasted, like my deep sleep on a good night is like an hour and a half to 2.5 hours. When I'm fasted and I haven't eaten for 48 hours, it'll go to like 5 hours of deep sleep, like literally double, like deep restful sleep, like you sleep like a zombie. That's very interesting. And then at the end of a 72-hour fast, it'll be like 5-6 hours of deep sleep, and that will continue for like a week and a half. But then once I get back into my eating habits and start eating normally, the deep sleep just cuts down. It's really interesting. And I don't eat. You're not supposed to eat 3 hours before you go to bed, because you have food in your stomach, and your blood is in your digestive tract trying to break down that food, and you don't sleep as deeply. So I purposely don't eat before bed. But if you're completely fasted and there's no food in your system, your body's not even thinking about digestion. It's really interesting. So I like it.
God, it's so hard for me to do in my schedule.
You think it's hard, but once you do it, it's easy. like for me in my schedule, it's like where am I going to find time to fast? And in my head, I'm always like, I can't do that right now. I'm too busy. But then you just do it, and you can pull it off. You're like, how are you going to do a 6-hour charter fasted? How am I going to catch bait and stand out in the boat in the sun all day? How am I going to pull that out? How am I going to go to the gym and work out? I got leg day coming up. You can do it. And then once you do it, you're like, holy, I can survive without eating. That was the biggest thing for me, because like you go, 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, you're like, oh, I'm so hungry, I'm going to die. I'm so hungry. But then you realize I can go 3 days without eating, and I'm fine. And it's kind of eye-opening. It's good, like, mental toughness training, you know? That's what I like about it. It's very mental.
I gotta do something.
But it's crazy how much better you can digest food, how much clearer your head is, and how much, like, just, it's almost weird at the end of a 72-hour fast.
I had a buddy that used to just do Mondays every week. Didn't eat Monday.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, I fast on Monday. It's like every Monday. I don't eat nothing.
Yeah.
Really?
So that's like a 48-hour fast once a week, basically.
Yeah, he sleeps, doesn't eat all day, sleeps, eats Tuesday.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Because you got to think about it. You want to be in a deficit, right? So your deficit, a lot of people think about a calorie deficit as a 24-hour period. That's bullshit. If you want to lose weight, you have to be in a calorie deficit for a 2-week period. And so if you can totally cut any caloric intake for 24 or 48 hours out of that 2-week period, the chance that you're going to be in a deficit is a lot higher. And that's the thing for me, is you don't have to track your food and weigh everything if you're fasting for a majority of the day. Right. If you only eat one meal a day, it's pretty freaking hard to be outside of your macros.
Yeah, right.
You know?
Yeah.
As long as you're eating healthy.
I gotta do something, because I can't, of course I'm drinking beer, which is totally pointless. I'm trying to do anything positive at my age.
Dude, that, speaking of at my age, that, what's that guy's name? Who's gonna carry the boats guy? The Navy SEAL dude. The black guy is always yelling, "You don't know me, son." You don't know David Goggins? That's his name.
Okay, I don't know.
You don't know him?
No.
Bro. Dude, you gotta watch some David Goggins shit.
David Goggins.
Oh, you don't know who that is?
No.
All right. Well, he's 55, and he has no like cartilage left in his knees. It's just bone on bone in both knees.
Right.
And he just ran a 200-mile race. Finished a 200-mile race. He was awake for 66 hours straight. Dude has just turned 56 or 55.
What?
Yeah. I can't believe you don't know who David Goggins is.
I don't.
Oh, dude. He's got some cool books. Some really cool books.
Really?
Mm-hmm. You've heard him before, because his voice audio is in a bunch of reels, like Facebook or Instagram, TikTok. Yeah, he's famous for, he'll be running and they'll just be filming him and he'll just be like cussing you out in the video. Like, don't be a fucking bitch, just keep running. Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
The following is a commercial program paid for by Real Animals Fishing. The opinions, viewpoints, and promises made during the following program are not those of WFLA AM, its staff, management, or parent company, iHeartMedia Incorporated.
Welcome to the Bartow Ford Real Animals Radio Show, your weekly voyage into Florida fishing. Presented by Hubbard's Marina, hosted by Captain Mike Anderson and Captain Dylan Hubbard.
Welcome back. 7:08 here. 7:09 now. At the iHeartMedia Empire. I'm looking at
cool story, bro.
I'm looking at the clock. I'm like, 7:09 actually. I lied. Phone lines are open here. We're talking fishing. 1-800-969-9345. 6a-8a-52. If you haven't been to the Friendly Fisherman at John's Pass yet, back under the management of the Hubbard family, the same family that's been serving up the best fishing and dining experiences in Madeira Beach for nearly a century. Come rediscover the Friendly Fisherman and taste the difference with the freshest seafood, improved menus, and service you've come to expect from the Hubbard's family. Enjoy unbeatable waterfront views, a welcoming atmosphere, and flavors straight from the Gulf. Locals and visitors, come see what's new today at the Friendly Fisherman. You won't be disappointed. Beth and I just keep talking about it. I just got to get over there. I'm so ready to come and devour a cat putter.
Nothing better. And especially this weekend, there's so much going on in the past. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's really a cool thing. That
Seafood Fest, can't beat it.
No, it's seafood, bro. It's the best.
Yeah, you know what's crazy too is it's 7:10 now. Just want to throw that out there.
Thank you. Well done. Weird. Pretty soon it'll be 7-Eleven. Let's go to the phones.
Great show this morning.
Yeah, really in depth. Real in depth. How to catch 7 ways to catch a trout. Let's check in with Donald in Lutz. Donald, how are you, buddy?
Hey, good morning. I got to tell you, there's no better community than the fishing community, especially our community here in the West Central Florida.
I agree.
We the best people. I just donated to that and hearing that story, and it was like, man, that's just terrible.
Yeah, thank you, Donald. We appreciate that. Yeah, it's just, it happens so quick. It's just one of them things when it comes to the safe boating tips and safety on the water and safety on your boat. We just, I don't think we think about it enough. I think Jim Fogel and the safe boating tips are a blessing to us because we need those reminders all the time. We're always out there in this beautiful place and we're just not always paying attention to, the dangers around us, man. So
yeah, I've seen some crazy videos of swordfish coming over the transom, and I was thinking this kid got speared right through him and taken overboard, and that was it. That's what went through my head when the story started happening. It's like, it's just crazy out there. But
big water.
Yeah. Yep. So last Saturday, I called in when went out at Palm Harbor, and I got a nice slam. Not a big slam. It was a 59.5-inch slam. But I never even lost sight of the boat ramp. Just fishing the bayou there, Sutherland Bayou.
Well, that's
and
perfect.
I went back to old school. I had used a bait that I haven't used in a couple of years, a little 2.75 12-fathom new penny paddle tail.
New penny's a great color. Great color.
Oh, man. So I caught all my fish on that. Caught ladyfish, trout, redfish, and snook. And it was just a great day out in the water. And then, everybody who came back did the cheeseburgers and hot dogs. And next month I'll be doing the Low Country Boil. It's the park. Yeah, I'm going to be doing crab legs, shrimp, andouille sausage, the corn, and the little red potatoes.
Donald in Lutz with his own seafood festival.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah, it will be. Bay Vista Park.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
All right,
Hopefully
buddy.
have a lot of people there, and it's going to be a great time. Fishing is incredible right now.
No doubt. No doubt. It's good stuff. Good story, buddy. Love it. Are you going?
Yeah.
You going fishing today? You don't want to paddle against that wind today?
No, I've got the stuff I got to do today. When you're out in the country here in Luce, when you hear roosters crowing, I just let my dogs out in the yard.
And they made the roosters crow.
Nice. All right, buddy. Enjoy your day, D. Good call, brother. We appreciate you donating.
Oh, absolutely. My pleasure. Hey, you guys take care. Stay safe out there and tight lines, and wear your life jackets out there, people, too.
Be smart, no doubt. Good call, Donald. Yeah. Good stuff. Let's check in now with real quickly. Let's get a quick report from the beautiful Florida Keys, Capt Mike Perry, right before our safe boating tip. Mike, how are you?
I'm doing well. Our fishing's been great, but that's not what my call is about. It's about this tragedy. Folks, if you're having trouble putting a quality first aid kit together, you take my number and you call me because I have more connections to putting together a quality first aid kit than anybody. And I believe, no doubt, you should have a minimum of 2 of the the Army, Marine, whatever they call them, United States Service tourniquets in that kit, because that type of situation, I went from a boat with one motor to 3 engines.
The other thing with that, though, is when it comes to emergency preparedness and all that good stuff, it's great to have a tourniquet, but you also have to teach people how to use it.
Right.
Because if, God forbid,
you have to
you're
have the
the
right
one,
training.
yeah, you're the one injured, you can't apply a tourniquet to yourself in a lot of cases like that. So people have to know how to do
tight
it.
enough. You're right, Dylan.
Mhm.
You're absolutely right. So
Yeah,
if
good point.
anybody out there wants to talk about it, training, I can hook you up. And it's just not with, the Red Cross. I know people who do small groups and stuff like that, the training and putting the equipment together is no problem. But, handing you a Walmart or a CVS first aid kit in a situation like that is no bueno. I mean,
we had
no
a
good.
we had a first aid thing at the Marina. It was really cool. They brought a pig out, and like one of the science donation pigs.
Yeah.
And they hooked up this pump to it to make it actually bleed.
Right.
And we were going over trauma. Right. It was pretty interesting.
Yeah, I'll bet.
I mean, you could slice an artery, and all of a sudden you've got a squirter, and how do you handle that? When it comes to things, when you talk about it, you're like, oh, yeah, I can handle that situation. But when you've got blood squirting across the room, it changes the game.
No doubt.
It's really interesting.
What happens to your brain when you realize your boat is sinking?
Yeah.
Like, you can think about your boat sinking, but when you're standing on that vessel and you open a hatch and it's full of water and you realize you're taking on water, what happens, or fire? What happens to your brain? Right. What steps do you now immediately need to take to make this situation better quickly?
Right. The comm captain and mate, if you have a mate on your boat, if you're on a big enough boat, the comm captain and the comm mate that have been trained well will be able to get that problem taken care of and get their crew, whoever it is, to safety, to a safe place.
Sure.
And like I said, just reach out to me, and I mean that wholeheartedly. It is something that is dear to my heart about, trauma. Take it from a guy who spent 30-plus years in emergency rooms all up and down the state of Florida, and not just Tampa or the Keys. I've worked trauma in Miami, Jacksonville,
Tell
Tallahassee.
everybody real quick how they can get a hold of you, Mike, so I can get our safe boating tip in.
813-434-8086, CaptainMichael47gmail.com. And if you miss the number, just give Mike a call, and we'll set you up, and we'll get you the right training so that kind of emergency can be taken care of, and you maybe can save a life.
Great job today, Mike. We appreciate that. Good call, buddy. Thank you.
Thank you, bud. Bye-bye.
Bye, buddy.
See you, man.
It's important. And speaking of that, Captain Jim Fogel, U.S. Coast Guard Auxiliary Captain Extraordinaire, with our safe boating tip of the week. We've been on a little bit of a safe boating roll here, as you can tell, Jim. So
yeah, very good, very good. Yeah, I'm impressed. Terrible story earlier, but it just makes us more aware of what we've got to be ready for it at any time.
No doubt. Preparedness is the key. You got to be prepared for those.
Preparedness, training.
Yeah.
Forward thinking.
Yeah,
all
and
important.
in fact, you guys might think about having either some kind of a safety or CPR type course sometime at one of the big meetings you're having, either for your guides or charter people or whatever. We just may set something up.
Where you can invite
and what's crazy to
any of
me,
the guides.
What's crazy to me is they require first aid for our U.S. Coast Guard inspected vessels. A certain percentage of our staff has to be first aid certified. Captains have to have first aid to get their charter captain's license. But like the threshold to get a certification can be pretty low. There's some opportunities where you can get it online, and you don't really have to. You can skip forward. I mean, I think the threshold is a little low, and the training. I mean, it can be really, really kind of pathetic. So it's interesting when you start thinking about those kind of things, the importance of making sure you're with a good quality guide.
And we could bring in an emergency room physician or a family practice physician that can do a really good job of that. But I got one more thing I want to run through.
Come real quick.
And that's
Come on.
overdue vessels. When you go out and you leave a float plan, that's that's just mandatory. We've talked about that before. You've got to leave a float plan. But if you leave a float plan, say you're going to be back at 5 o'clock, and you know all of a sudden you're not going to get back at 5 o'clock, you're not going to get back till 7 or 8. You need to get the word back home or wherever you left that float plan that you're going to be late. If you can't get through on a cell phone, then you should call the Coast Guard, ask them if they would relay a call to your loved one or your person that's going to be looking at the clock, so they don't freak out and start calling the Coast Guard and start looking for you. The Coast Guard will be happy to keep track of you and happy to pass along a message. And that's a whole lot easier than starting out a search, which gets real expensive real quick and moves assets to areas that don't necessarily need to be there.
Amen.
If you have a Garmin inReach, you can set up that to where you can call home. You can call the Coast Guard. The Coast Guard phone number for inReach if you were going to talk to them is 727-490-8228. That's a cell phone type number, 727-490-8228. You can program in that into your inReach like right now.
Yeah, and be able to text.
In case you need it. In case you need it, then you don't have to type the darn thing in when it's 3 to 5 and below in 20.
Good stuff, Jimmy. I'm up against the clock, buddy. Great stuff. Great stuff.
All right, brother. Thanks a lot for the time. For the Coast Guard Auxiliary in St. Pete, Jim Fogel, be safe out there.
Nobody better. Nobody better, my friend. That is brought to you by our good friends at Visit St. Pete Clearwater. We got the Mad Snucker, Captain Dave Pomerleau, and our good friend Mike Messer from Tampa Bay Sporting Clays, both up here on the other side. We'll be back talking fishing. The Bartow Ford Reel and
What about that bill? $1,000 in big, beautiful bills. It's fantastic. Believe it. Listen to.
just in case you're wondering, 3 hours was so much better. Oh, God.
Yep. Oh, man. Captain Bucky Goldman, what's up, buddy? Appreciate you, man. You checked out Guide Checker yet, Bucky? Got to check that thing out. We're almost at 50 Guide Checker members.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had some people reaching out to me.
Dude, we launched all those ads, and it has been taken off.
Asked me what, if I would, if they could use me as a referral.
Yeah, Captain Jim Pollard joined.
Yeah, Pollard. He's the one. He was the one that asked me.
He's a goofball. I went to Captain school with him.
Did you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we sat next to each other.
Yeah, he's good people.
Yeah, he's a good dude. Nice. Captain Bucky's in there, too. That's what I thought. Bucky said he had a good time yesterday, Mike. Thank you.
Bucky Goldman?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Good people.
Yep. The Mad Snooker himself said he was joining as well.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
God checker?
Yeah.
I don't know if we'll approve you.
Redfish Mafia Charters. Jamie Howe.
Yep.
We're getting, he's a good guy in South Carolina.
He is.
And our North Carolina guy is Jot Owens.
He might be a better chef than he is.
Fisherman?
Yeah, he's a really good chef. Have you ever seen his stuff?
No.
Oh, dude, he's been on with, who's the crazy British dude?
Oh, yeah?
On TV. Oh, yeah, dude. He's done a lot of stuff.
Wow.
Some grilling stuff. He's sponsored big time by Traeger. Yeah, he does a lot of cool. Jamie does a lot of cool stuff. Really great chef.
Well, that's somebody I won't be following on Instagram.
Why?
Because I hate that. It just makes you hungry.
Oh,
You
yeah.
see all their cool food stuff.
He can cook, bro.
Yeah, my buddy at Money Tree Gun and Pawn, they started a gun company, Valhalla Ordnance, and he was like, follow me on Instagram. I was like, okay. That was a mistake. So cool.
Welcome back. 726 here at the iHeartMedia Empire. Let's try to get a couple of these calls in here quick. Let's go to the Mad Snooker. Dave Pomeroy, hopefully you'll be joining us Tuesday night here, the 28th. This Tuesday coming up, OCC Roadhouse. Captain Dave Pomeroy is going to be our guest.
Don't want to miss out.
Special guest. Yeah. How are you, my friend?
Good. I'll definitely be there. If I'm not, I'm up the creek with no paddle.
We look forward to seeing you, buddy.
Get you two giants after me. That's bad news. But, yeah, we're going to be giving away that 4-hour trip to one lucky person there, or unlucky. I'm not sure which. But
I'm pretty sure they're lucky.
What I meant by I can, I think you said something about catching the same fish more than once, and I caught the same, like 30-plus pound snook 5 years in a row, and after the last time I caught it, I never saw it again.
That's crazy.
But
Probably moved.
I hope
tired of you picking on
it. But I hope it didn't die, but I handled it really easy. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this. And we were out last night throwing that little cousin it thing that I showed you in the video, and basically it's you just catch a snook with a kingfish lure.
That's crazy, dude. Yeah,
that's crazy.
You just dip that thing, whip it past them, and then crank it at a sporadic rate. Don't move the rod. Just keep the tip low and go. And slam, and you catch them one after another after another. We got like 50 last night on them. But
so you dip it in the water to give it weight because you're throwing basically like a sea witch.
Yeah, you just dip it in the water and it adds a little weight, and you put you can put a single hook or a barbless, like size 4 treble hook behind it, crush the barbs, and you just whip it past them, and then put the tip low and come through at a very fast, sporadic rate, and they just thump it. But it's cheating. I mean, it's like basically
cheating.
like. It is cheating. It's too easy. People ask me all the time, what is that thing? I go, it's cousin it. Oh, it's a live squid. I've had people ask me. I say, oh, it's just a live squid, baby live squid. They just look at me like I'm crazy. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to Tuesday night. I should have a blast. I hope it's a big crowd.
It should be. We've had great crowds. I imagine Dave Pomerleau's going to draw a big one, so it should be. Try to get there early.
My buddy asked me, do they sell food there? I go, I think they sell food there.
Oh yeah,
great food, ice cold beer. It's perfect. It's a great setup. Phenomenal.
Absolutely. How do we donate to this unfortunate young man?
It's on the link is on the Facebook page on the live stream at Real Animals and at Hubbard's. That's the best way to do it. Yeah.
Take care of that right now.
Any little thing you guys can give. Again, tragic story there coming. We're going to talk about it again tomorrow morning as well. So appreciate that, David. You're the man. I'm up against the clock here, but we'll see you Tuesday night. OCC.
You got it, brother.
You're the man. Thanks,
see you, buddy.
The best. Absolute legend.
Cousin Ed. Listen, looking forward to hearing more about that.
I'm telling you, I've had David several times as a speaker through the years.
They're always good.
It's phenomenal. He's super entertaining, super energetic.
Well, it's early morning for him.
He loves what he does.
7 o'clock. He's just waking up.
He is, yeah, exactly.
He's going to be all fresh.
Breakfast with Dave, we should have called it. Breakfast at OCC with Dave Pomerleau.
Yep.
We got Mike Mesra with Tampa Bay Sporting Clays up on the other side. Hopefully we'll hear from you as well. 1-800-969-9352. We'll be back.
The local Lexus dealers, WFLA News Desk. Look at that beat shot. Howling out of the east.
Yeah, it is.
You see the wind rips, but it's beautiful on the beach.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Visit your local Lexus dealer or go to Lexus.com to find the dealer nearest you. Puka, Bella, I'm sure you've noticed some changes. Who are you talking to? I'm just practicing for when I have to tell the dogs about the twins. Because they'll be fine in the spacious third row seat. But twins. They'll sleep peacefully thanks to the rear manual sunshade. Yeah, what about extra cargo space for strollers and dog beds? I guess you're right. Can we go to the hospital now? The contractions are getting closer.
The 3-row Lexus TX. Because everyone should feel like the center of the universe. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
From the O2.com Traffic Center, O2.com, the only business software you will need. 39 hours crushing them.
What? Mm-hmm. They're offshore?
Yeah, bro. It's just an east wind.
Okay.
It's a small craft advisor. Motherfucker's 70 foot.
Okay.
Okay.
Good for y'all.
Yeah, it's obviously not the greatest weather, but east wind pushes you out there, so you're going with it.
Uh-huh.
And the trip's not bad until you have to come home, and then you just tack. So.
What does tack mean?
Like if wind's coming out of the east, so we'll head real far south, and then come back to the north, just a little longer ride in. So that way you're quartering them.
Yeah, gotcha. Ugh. It's a terrible idea.
Because once you get inside 20, 30 miles, it calms down a lot, you know. And we haven't been fishing. We have shallow water bottom, a little bit more protected up to the north, and it's nicer up to the north. The southwest buoy, it's like a solid 6-7 foot. The north buoy, it's just under 6, a little nicer.
Okay. We've been getting some trips from y'all here lately with this wind.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the people at Hubbard sent me to you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, it's windy.
If it ain't blowing, we ain't going.
I'm with you. Damn.
Yeah, they said they got almost a dozen grouper and a couple hundred mangroves.
Wow. A couple hundred. Jesus. Well, that sounds delicious. So much for my morning fast. Thanks, Dylan. Tomorrow it'll be easier. Ben won't be there. Gulf Drive, Holmes Beach.
Yeah, we got a half-day trip about to leave, too. The half-days, though, are not bad because, I mean, we can fish 6-7 miles off the beach up to the north and stay in protected waters. And now, I mean, on the charters, you could troll the beach, troll the beach and then anchor up and fish for sharks.
Yeah. I gotta send them another invoice, too.
So someone on our YouTube live stream, Florida Girl, is saying cayenne powder. So she keeps a bunch of cayenne powder, and that's a good blood coagulant. Coagulant? I don't know how you say that, but instead of like Quick Clot or something, that's more expensive. Yeah. So it makes the blood stop bleeding, right?
Oh.
So instead of like Quick Clot, which is more expensive, you could just pour cayenne powder in it. I was like, that sounds like it would hurt.
Welcome back, 7:36 here at the iHeartMedia Empire. Let's go to the phones here. Let's check in with a good friend, Mike Mesra, Tampa Bay Sporting Clays. Michael, how are you, buddy?
Hey, guys. Good morning, Dylan.
What's up,
Mike,
man?
Great section, man. Great clips.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, you guys are doing a great job. When you were talking about that tragic accident, so sad. I'm going to pop on as well. And do something about that. We just had, it's so funny, I was just kind of going wild, it's crazy. We just, like 3 weeks ago, we just did a tourniquet class and everything at the shooting club.
Nice.
I was concerned about the exact same thing. Things just happen. Obviously, we're around guns, and, something happens and it happens quickly. So we ended up getting a class done for all my range officers and everybody in the office about, how to do the tourniquets correctly. Your guy was right. Some of the stuff that you get is just junk, and it just doesn't work.
Right.
And went through about, I just didn't realize you can use a sock or use whatever you can to plug the hole up. And, I just learned so much, and it was awesome. So that's probably not a bad idea. You guys have got so many listeners that, everybody needs to learn how to do that, because you're right. Something happens to you or somebody else, they need to know what to do. So that's a great idea. If you guys want some context, I can put you in touch with this lady that does it. She's amazing.
Yeah, that'd be great.
It's like a 30, 45-minute class.
Yeah, that'd be great. And think about this. And again, if you're just listening to the show because you haven't changed the station yet in your vehicle this morning, think about it. You could roll up on a car accident, though. Seriously. It could happen 20 minutes from now, 15 minutes from now. You can roll up on a car accident where somebody needs this stuff, and do you know how to handle that situation? Do you have, what do you do? You're the first one on the scene. They need care immediately. It just can't hurt. It's just good stuff to know. Yeah.
And you've got a small window to do that.
Yeah.
So anyway, if you want some help on that, just let me know. Everything's going great. I haven't talked to you guys in a while. I got to catch up with Ben not long ago. Looking forward to just the next couple of weeks. The weather's been great. Just awesome for shooting. We changed around some courses, messed with a bunch of those traps. And we got a new generation shoot this morning that I'm pulling in for now. And we got the Big Frenchies, Big Brothers, Big Sisters shoot coming up in a couple of weeks. And yeah, just have a lot on the books. But yeah, everybody, come on by. The courses are great. I've got my range officers that are here to help everybody through it, and just really good. Good to be back, and I'm looking forward to seeing you guys soon.
Yes, sir. We got the children's home shoot coming up. We'll be talking about that, a big event. I'll be out there emceeing that again, and Beth and I'll be out there shooting, and I'm going to try to do some shooting before then, so I don't do quite as lousy in that event as I normally do. So
Yeah. Let's you and I get together about this children's home a little bit before it gets here.
We
okay?
need to. Yeah, we need to talk about it now. I think we're February again. I think early March.
Well, it was March, but I think they might have moved it a little bit, but I don't have the date off.
I don't either. But
we'll get together before then for sure.
Yeah, let's do it and ramp that thing up. I'm going to get a bunch of. We're going to have a bunch of captain stuff to give away. I'm going to have some of my guys donating some trips, and we're going to ramp that thing up and give it a real fishy kind of spin. It's been the General Norman Schwarzkopf shoot for many, many years, benefiting the children's home, and I can't think of a greater man to honor than General Norman Schwarzkopf. And those of you who don't know all the great things he did, please Google it, because there's a ton of it there. But it's a great event, and it benefits the children's home, which is a great organization. There's a lot of great events out there. If you just want to go shoot and do some great charity stuff, Tampa Bay Sporting Clays has got it going on. There's great events going on all the time for great causes. So.
We've got a lot.
Yeah,
we've got a lot. But I'm looking forward to seeing you guys on I'm going to try to make Dave's deal on Tuesday. I fished with him years ago, and you're probably right. He probably is still up from last.
He's still up. He's still up right now. He's just going to bed now for sure. No doubt.
That guy's a machine. I know he doesn't remember me, but I got to tell you, it was a trip of a lifetime.
Oh, I don't know about that. He remembers a lot. He might remember you. So.
I don't think I was that crazy back then.
Oh,
Maybe,
whatever. Yeah. Okay.
All right, guys. Listen, thanks. Great show. See y'all soon.
Tampa Bay Sporting Clays. We appreciate you, Mike. Great place to go. It's unbelievable out there. Great place. And go out there. This is the time of year when you can be out there all day just chilling and shooting clays. It's awesome. Let's check in with Captain Ray Markham. Ray, how are you this morning?
Good morning, Mike. Morning, Dylan. How y'all doing this morning?
Good, buddy.
I'll tell you, Mike's got a class act out there, Tampa Bay Sporting Clays. I've been out there a number of different times. But I found something really interesting about that place. I was the last time I was out, it was one of the last shoots of the day, and it's just starting to get a little bit dark, and there must have been 100 deer that came out of nowhere. All around the surrounding area.
That's why Mahoney's not allowed back.
Yeah, well, that's why we keep Mahoney away from there. Exactly.
Yeah, Mahoney's over there loading buckshot. And anyway. But who was it? Oh, shoot. It was the Mad Snooker just mentioned something here a few minutes ago that kind of touched an old memory back here in the dust storm. Throwing that kind of like a sea witch. I think, Dylan, you said sea witch, but he calls it cousin it. Back, probably 30, 40 years ago when I first moved down to Terracea, I was testing some lights for underwater lights, Hydroglow, I think it was, or something like that. And I stuck it off the seawall and came back out in the middle of the night. And there had to be thousands of bait fish swimming around in a circle. In the edges of the light, you could see silhouettes of snook, and in the light, you could see trout. But I sat and just watched it for a while, and there'd be my moments like 10-second barrage of an attack. Every fish in there was pouncing on all these bait fish. But as I sat there and looked in the light and looked a little more carefully, most of them were scale sardines, but I saw something blowing through the light. I'm going, what the heck is that? I took out a bait net, chucked it over the area there, pulled in a bunch of little baby squid.
Oh.
I mean, these things were maybe 3 or 4 inches long. And that was when I started thinking, well, all the freshwater guys, they were throwing tube lures forever. And, I went to some bait and tackle shops, started looking for some tube lures. And you get something either in glow, pearl, something like that. It looks natural, like a squid, and you will catch the fool out of snook. They love it for whatever reason. But this week I took Gina with the FWRI out with a new girl that one of the new biologists over there at FWRI. Just kind of get her acquainted with the area and catch some fish. She caught her first snook.
Nice.
Erin was this new girl, and I swear some of the time I thought we were like fishing in the land of the Lilliputians because we had maybe an 8-inch redfish. We had a miniature gag grouper that was probably about 10 inches that a cormorant swallowed. We had dozens of undersized trout, I mean very small trout, and that got us on this conversation about trout, and you know, Gina's sitting there like, well, what do you think? You didn't get to go to the symposium, but I went to one of the meetings here in St. Pete, and they were talking about, well, what do you think you'd do differently with the trout? You know, I said, well, be honest with you, I would open a season on cormorants.
Amen. I was hoping you were going to say that because we have a huge problem with it offshore.
Yeah,
they are smart and they sit on the bow.
Problem.
Yeah.
We had 9 cormorants following us.
Yeah.
We couldn't release anything without them getting it.
Yeah.
Ray, your phone's something's going on with your phone hookup there, buddy. I got to let you go. But great call. Hopefully, yeah, it's something that's clicking. It's just really weird. So I'm not sure if it's on our end or your end, but hopefully we'll see you Tuesday night at OCC.
I'll see you Tuesday night.
All right, buddy. Thanks,
buddy.
pal.
Yeah, 100%.
He's so knowledgeable. It's crazy. He spends so much time on the water. He's been doing it so long, and that cormorant thing is a huge
problem.
Major issue.
Yeah, they will they'll sit on the roof of the vessels when we leave.
Yeah.
The party boats, and they'll you can see as the boat's heading out of the pass, all of a sudden cormorants descend and then land on the roof, and they ride out with us. And anything that gets released, they eat it.
Yeah.
Almost immediately.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah. And it's just killing the juvenile population. You see it in the bay all the time.
We got porpoises rolling up, just sitting right next to our boats. We got too many critters. Gotta thin the herd. Let's go to Gabe in Central Florida. Gabe, how are you?
That was very broad.
Hey, good morning, captains.
Thanks, buddy. What's going on, man? Good morning to you.
Good morning. I just wanted to talk about the first aid talk this morning. It's near and dear to my heart. I'm actually a career firefighter paramedic over 20 years here in Central Florida.
Nice. Thank you.
Lifelong sportsman. Thank you. Lifelong sportsman and big fan of the show. So really happy to hear this talk about first aid. You know, unfortunate tragedy for that young man. Hope some good donations come in to help him out. But I wanted to share that there is free training available in many areas. Check for anyone that wants training. Look up your local hospitals. Look up your local fire department and your Red Cross. A lot of these resources offer free first aid training, and by legitimate, real deal people who's been doing this line of work for a long time. So, I used to teach that kind of stuff. I've been in this game over 20 years, getting close to retirement, and hopefully fishing a lot more. But I just wanted to share that to maybe try to get some guys who hey, I'd love to have this training, but I can't afford this course from, these people that are charging a couple $100 for a class. So there are free ways to get the training. Some of these people that have these classes, they're great classes, and, they really deep dive into, some specialty stuff. And if you can, take those classes. But if you're, needing some more affordable option, check your hospitals, your local fire departments, and your local Red Cross and see what they're giving for free.
Hey, we appreciate you listening. Thank you for your service to our community, and that's a great call. We appreciate that very much, Gabe. Thanks for being a listener, pal.
Thank you, Captains. Tight lines.
All right, buddy.
See you, buddy.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff. I love our listeners.
And
really
ironically, we're sitting in here and the TV's playing.
I thought the same thing.
Yeah, they're talking about an infant CPR, and that was one thing that when we had kids scared me is to death of what happens if the baby chokes. And they offered all these free classes to first-time parents with how to do CPR and what to watch for and all the different warning signs. And we were at Bayfront's baby place every other weekend when my wife was pregnant with her first kid with all these free classes. So they definitely do a lot of resources out there. You just got to look them up.
Yeah, you got to want to dig in and find it. Good stuff, for sure. Good stuff. And again, we're glad that the story of this young Panamanian kid, great mate down there at a great resort, with a tragic accident. We're glad that it's stirring these thoughts. The reason we shared the story, as soon as I saw it, I wanted to bring it to the air. So again, we'll be sharing the story again tomorrow on the Team Mahoney Company Real Animals Radio Show, 7 to 9 a.m. on 95.3 WDAE and AM 620. We're going to be back here wrapping things up on the other side. The Bartow Ford Real Animals Radio Show. We'll be back.
If you want your windows there and wait, pick up the phone and just search Reese.
I read a book by this Navy SEAL guy about like a guide to bug in. It was pretty interesting. Like if the world goes to shit or something happens, like what you need to do to be able to, because people talk about bug out and like you got a bug out spot, like you got the hunting camp in Georgia. Yeah. But in order to get there, you got to have some preparedness to be able to make it there.
Sure.
So this book was all about thinking about that transition. It was really interesting. But he talks a lot about being prepared for trauma and like what's going to happen if a loved one gets shot or get in a car accident, that kind of thing. And he and his buddies started this company. I was trying to find it. I can't find it. But they made these trauma kits, these high-level trauma kits that had like the quick clot, had the tourniquets, had all these different things. It was really interesting.
Yeah. What
and, they make them for your car. They make like a bug-out bag. They make them for your boat. So
you got to send me that Goggins guy's info.
Goggins?
Goggins? What's it? How do you spell it?
Goggins. Goggins. David
Goggins.
I can't believe you haven't heard of him.
I probably I'll have to look it up.
I'm sure once you see him, you'll remember him.
Yeah, I'll have to look it up.
I'll send you the book. He's got a couple books.
Yeah, I gotta look it up. Shit.
I was wondering why you're taking your watch off. It's because your wrist hurts.
Yeah. Yeah, I am. I'm not going to be here next weekend.
All
if
right.
that's okay with you.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's our anniversary. Going to St. Augustine.
Nice. Oh, he did the Moab 240. Picture of his foot.
Why would you do that?
It's crazy.
That's Goggins?
Yeah.
He's a faster?
He does a little bit of fasting, and he talks about that too, but he's just an animal with the amount of training that Israel is Desanya Izzy, the forget what level he was in UFC, but he held the world champion belt for like a crazy number of years. So he's a championship like elite MMA fighter, and he couldn't keep up with David. And Izzy's like in his 20s, 30s, or low 30s maybe. And him and David work it out together, and David Goggins put his ass in the dirt. David is talking like we're talking now, and Izzy's like, it was crazy.
Really?
Mm-hmm. It was really interesting.
Shingle, metal, tile, flat roofs, replacements, repairs, whatever you need. Don't wait until it's too late. Affordable Roofing Systems. Easy phone call. 1-888-397-ROOF. Get you a free estimate. Visit them online at affordableroofingflorida.com. Also, we've got Seafood Fest going on down there at Johns Pass there this weekend.
yeah.
The Friendly Fishermen at Johns Pass, they're back under management of the Hubbard's family, the same family that's been serving up the best fishing and dining experiences in Madeira Beach for nearly a century. Come rediscover the Friendly Fishermen, taste the difference with the freshest seafood, improved menus, and service you've come to expect from the Hubbard's family. Enjoy unbeatable waterfront views, a welcoming atmosphere, and flavors straight from the Gulf. Locals and visitors, come see what's new today at the Friendly Fisherman. Want to thank the great Derek DuBose. Want to thank Jim Lucas for joining us in the show there from Texas and sharing the story kind of briefly. We'll be able to deep dive into it a little more tomorrow.
Wait, he was in Texas?
Yeah, he's in Texas.
Oh, wow. That was early for him.
Yeah, I just happened to I just dropped a text into him and Bo. Bo might be fishing this morning, but just to see if we could get one of them on the air to kind of talk about the charity.
Well, Bo's in Panama, so he's 3 hours behind us.
I don't know if Bo's still in Panama or if he's back here. I talked to him the other day, so I don't think he's in Panama anymore.
I got you.
He goes back.
Texas is only an hour behind.
Right.
Panama's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah, that's a different ballgame. Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
So, but again, the link to donate to that young mate is up on the Facebook pages at Hubbard's and Real Animals. So if you have it in your heart to do so, that would be great. Don't forget OCC Roadhouse this Tuesday night, 7 to 9 p.m. The Snuka, the man himself, the Mad Snuka, is going to be there. Dave
It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be really good. He's giving away a 4-hour trip. We've got Ingle coolers, Bull Bay rods, all the normal goodies to give away, plus great food, absolutely killer atmosphere, ice cold beer.
And awesome times.
Yeah,
it's going to be fun.
It'll be. We already heard Ray Markham's going to be there. Mike Mesra's talking about showing up. I'd be surprised if we don't see Mr. Mahoney as well. So you never know who you're going to run into in the Tampa Bay fishing community at the OCC Roadhouse. So come on out and join us. It's going to be a good time. So
yep, don't want to miss out. And there's going to be a lot of free gifts and a lot of free knowledge.
Yeah,
going to learn a lot. And we're looking forward to tomorrow night, the live stream show. Sorry, I'm a little out of it.
You're a little ahead.
Yeah, a little ahead of the ball game. Seafood Fest weekend, it all just melds together. But looking forward to the live show tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. Don't forget to tune in. Chance to win $1,500 in free trips. And looking forward to a great little weather window coming up here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Things are looking really good, and a great opportunity to capitalize on that rare opportunity this time of year when the wind's not blowing.
Yeah, very rare. That.
So hopefully you'll be able to get out there and take advantage. We're on a quarter moon. Tides are a little slow, but look for those choke points. Look for those areas where the wind's helping move that water, and you'll find that ambush point where those fish are ready to chew.
Yeah, the bite on the beaches is going to slow down a little bit as a lot of those fish are transitioning, but there's still a lot of fish in the passes. As we talked about earlier, John's Pass still got a lot of fish in it. Bunce's Pass still got a lot of fish in it. I mean, there's a lot of passes here on the west coast of Florida where you can still catch fish. There's a lot of fish staged up all the way from in front of the passes, like, along Cockroach and all those areas, to all the way up the rivers. I had last night, Beth and I took the 18KO out, kind of stretched it out a little bit, went for a little sunset cruise, and there was a lot of people fishing the river. And everybody I kept passing, I was thinking, smart. It's windy. There's places you can get out of that wind and still really, really catch good fish this time of year. The Intercoastal Waterway, the ICW, some of the dock lines. You're going to have probably pretty low water this morning with that east-northeast wind blowing hard, especially all night. It's going to blow a lot of that water out of here. That's the same conditions we had yesterday. But those guys that found a little bit deeper water, found the right structure, had a pretty good bite yesterday. So still can get it on. There's bait everywhere still. That water temp is perfect for catching bait. It's on the grass. It's on your markers. It's on the bridges. So, just be safe while you're going to and from to, not get yourself in trouble out there.
Yes, sir. Good time to get out there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Again, Derek DuBose, great job as always. Want to thank you for putting up with this hideous program. We do appreciate you. Thanking everybody that joined us again on the Facebook feed, both at Hubbard's and at Real Animals, and on the Hubbard's YouTube channel. So Tight lines, everybody. Have a great, great week. Don't forget to join us tomorrow morning, the TMO Company Real Animals Radio Show, 7 to 9 a.m., 95.3 WDAE and AM 620.
And also, don't forget, if you're too busy to go fishing, you're just too darn busy.
You are just too darn busy, and he is the big man. I do what he says. Tight lines, we're out.
I forgot to change mics. Good thing we didn't have a caller for the last segment. Appreciate y'all tuning in and hanging out. Hopefully you enjoyed the show. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow morning for another episode in the morning, 7 to 9 a.m., streaming live on the Real Animals Facebook page. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow night for the live show. And make it out to Seafood Fest if you can. Stop by, say hello. We got the stone crabs rolling. We got the peel and eat shrimp. A lot of different specials going on for Seafood Fest. So stop by and see us. And hopefully you guys have a great week. Take advantage of that weather window. Get out there and go get them. See you.
George, who, according to Sheriff Ivey, has racked up 58 felonies and 47 misdemeanors over the years.